diving into something that is so cool, so new, and just turned on for our board. It's Google Class Tools. And what Google Class Tools allows you to do, if you are on board-managed Chromebooks,
it only works on Chromebooks.
Repeat, if you are on board-managed Chromebooks, both teacher and student, you can lock students to websites, tabs, and assignments that you've created. So this allows you to keep students focused while they should be focused.
Oh yeah!
They can't be playing games on their Chromebooks while this is happening. It works incredibly well. But that's not all. It also has a bonus feature where you can turn on captions so students can see the words you're speaking right on their screens.
Wait, there's more.
You can also have it so that it translates your words into any language so that they can see your words in their own language if that's what they need.
Let's get ready for learning!
So let's look and see how we can use Google Classroom to help us create the content that will go out to the students via Class Tools, and this will be the only thing that they can work on. So inside of here is I've made a remixable program on Scratch so that students are going to be doing the work in there. There is a quiz so that they can check to see if they understand the concepts before and after. We've got a slideshow that teaches them how to do the work, as well as there's a video that will walk through the entire process so they can understand it. Well, where's Class Tools? So you'll see down at the bottom, if it is functioning properly, Class Tools is this purple circle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Class Tools and I'm going to start my session. So I can pick my students, who would I like from which class. So I've got my test class here and I can choose which of my 2 students I'm going to do that. You don't have to have everyone. I'm going to add 1 student to the class because she's via Google Classroom. Now you get to pick your resources. So inside of here, I've got resources and I can give open tabs. I can add in my own links, whatever I like, but it's really, really handy is if you have Google Classroom to just pick an assignment you've built. So I want to use this assignment that I've already chosen, and you can see if I pick it, it shows all the pieces that are a part of it, all right inside of there. And I can add that assignment. You can go through and see all of your assignments on Classroom, so you can choose how many you want. But for this, I'm just going to add that one resource. Now, last thing I want to showcase as the teacher is captions. You can turn on captions on your screen, which will then allow students to see those captions on their own screens if they want, and if you choose, can allow students to translate those captions. So I'm going to turn it on, and now it's using my microphone. You can see it here at the bottom, the captions are popping up. That's great. You can also see that the allow students and the translate features are not on yet. That's because I haven't started the session. You can't turn those on until the session starts. One other neat thing to know about inside of adding resources is you have some choices for what students can do inside of those navigation settings. So you can say, hey, you're restricted to Google websites. This means they're restricted to their Drive, slides, all of those pieces. Or you can restrict them to only the page you give them. Or you can restrict them to just Google Classroom. Or you can say no restrictions, go anywhere you want. So for this, I'm going to restrict them to this page, but I'm going to allow them to open external links. This way, they'll be able to click on all the assignments, but are not allowed to leave. Let's click apply, and that's done. Now captions are on, students are in, and I click next. Now we can decide how long do we want our session to be. So I'll do a 15-minute session. We can always add more time later. And we have 2 options, explore mode or focus mode. Focus mode means that they have to stay inside of Class Tools and the session that you've given them. Explore allows them to use their Chromebooks any way they would want. Let's start the session. Before we head to the student screen, I did want to also showcase that now that I have captions on, now I can allow students to choose to use captions on their own, so that they can pick, they don't have to, but they can pick to have captions on the bottom of their screen. And after about 3 seconds, it turns on so that you can now turn on, allow students to translate if they want. Okay, that's everything inside for the teacher. We've created the session, we're in the session. Now it's time to see what the student side looks like. We'll see you in a minute.